The repechage will go through. The women's sprint decider is not now going to take place. We know who's got the gold, silver and bronze medals, so we'll just have these repechages coming thick and fast. So it looks like an early finish to the programme tonight. It's not going to take more than about 20 minutes, I suppose, to see this little lot off.
I mean, early dinner.
Not you again.
Well, I've had my sleep this afternoon, well, mid-afternoon. Now I'm looking forward to my dinner. Hey, I'm still in training. I had a small breakfast, no lunch. Looking forward to my dinner.
Now, we're looking forward to this too. The interesting repechage, because when we get further down here, we're going to come up against this chap Pokorny, who decided not to try in the earlier round.
This is do or die, though. The winner goes through, the loser is out, packs his suitcase, and he's a spectator, just like us. So who's it going to be? Who's the spectator going to be out of these two, David?
Well, I mean, on
time?
On speed alone, it should...
What about countries visited? Have you visited New Zealand or you visited Greece?
No, I went near to it. I got as far as Australia. I flew over Greece in an airplane once. But Cheimonetos of Greece faster than Fitzsimmons in the 200 metres, so he should have the speed.
He's looking the wrong way at the moment. There we go, that's better.
There we are. That was a very close one between Perinan and Cheimonetos that we had early on, and I think that probably they also very closely match these two. So it's all that back to tactics. Here we go, Russ. This is your speciality.
Yeah, it looks like the Greek rider's trying to hold the front. Fitzsimmons' voice coming early already. It's a bit early to go. He should tuck in behind. He's a bit raggedy. He's not very comfortable in his fight, the New Zealand rider. He looks like he's got the strength, but he's not channel it all into his legs. Now a good win there for the Greek rider, 11.1. There's a lot of power there with the New Zealand rider, but he's just all over the bike. You've got to make it smooth. You've got to let the legs do the work, just like pistons.
Well, technically again, the faster one. Going on to the next of the heats, Hill having beaten Sato. Let's see who we got next to come up.
You know, we got next, we got big Craig MacLean from Great Britain.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, I mean, everyone is always saying he's from Edinburgh. He's actually from Granttown on Spy, which is near Arrue.
Arrue, oh, that's for the ski station, isn't it? That's right up in the north.
So for the people living in Granttown on Spy, we should say you've got a good boy there and you've been working hard with him.
That's Spey, by the way.
Is it Spey? What did I say?
You said Spy.
Oh, right, okay. Was it Granttown?
That's a nice whiskey from up there.
Well, as I don't drink alcohol, you know, do they do blackcurrant lemonade?
Nice malt to go with the blackcurrant lemonade.
Well, anyway, let's hope Craig can do the business here. Remember, it's do or die. He's up against, I think it's Sato, is it?
Yeah, Sato.
He's up against Sato.
Who got knocked out by Darren Hill.
But I know he's all up for this. There's Sato with the silver helmet. But Craig's going so well. A fantastic time this morning, very close to the British record. He's got a lead out here, at least the first lap. So come on, Craig, you can do it. Do it for Great Britain, do it for Scotland. You're riding really well. In fact, I saw his father in the home straight.
Just show you actually that so much talent there is there to come all the way down from Avonmore. I'm sure he must have started riding on the Meadowbank track, which is they're trying to cover the Meadowbank track or get a covered indoor track up in Scotland. It's a hell of a long way down. We think of Great Britain as being, you know, a certain size, but there's like 400 miles or so to Gretna Green from Land's End and another 400 and something on top of it. So he's had to go a long way from Avonmore down to Edinburgh.
Is that where they all get married, isn't it?
Gretna Green, yes.
So come on, let's do it for the Highlands. So Craig's in the front, but oh, look, come on. Sato's trying to take the lead. Come on after him, Craig. Come on, don't let the gap open.
Frightened him, didn't
Sato's going for a long one. You've got to be careful here. Come on. You're coming into the straight. We've got a lap to go. Come on, Craig, get back to him. Yes, you're coming back at him. This is good. Sato's looking over. 250 minutes to go. Craig MacLean's in an excellent position. He's going over the top. This is great. Do it for the Highlands. Here goes Craig MacLean for Great Britain. A wonderful ride. Sato's dying. Here comes Craig MacLean. His father in the home straight will be happy. Hands up. Yes. Hello.
An unbiased commentary from my colleague.
Completely unbiased. Great Britain, number 57. Put your hands up.
That's tremendous then for the Brits. He came, he looked like he'd been outfoxed by the Japanese rider, but we'll have more action after this break. Sinton from New Zealand, and Michael Scheurer is up at the top of the track. If you're watching our program earlier on, Scheurer on the track seemed to beat Van Eyden, the two junior kilometre champions. Van Eyden, who won in '94, came up against Scheurer in won in 1993, the junior kilometre, and they came up against in no uncertain terms. They were chopping and changing all over the place, and although that it looks as if Van Eyden, he thought he'd won, and he celebrated crossing the line and looked very smiling at the end of it. The judges said, no, 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 but you balked and pushed against Mr. Michael Scheurer, so sorry, Scheurer gave it the victory, and they said, no, you can't. So Van Eyden now has been given the victory. Scheurer has been relegated to second place. So he's come back to this one now. So the German at the top there, Michael Scheurer, junior kilometre champion in 1993, relegated from first place. He has to come back to the repechage against Sinton of New Zealand.
And that's made Scheurer an angry man, and as I say that, he just takes control. He's at the front of in front of Sinton now. So Scheurer's looking at him the whole way. There's an angry German now, after being disqualified in the first round. So here's Scheurer, but Sinton's running at him. He's trying to pick it up. 2:20 minutes to go. They cross the 200-metre line now. Scheurer's on the front for Germany. Sinton's got to come at him. Has he got the power? But Scheurer's really starting to dig deep now. Round the finishing bend, but Scheurer's got it now. It looks comfortable. Good win there for Scheurer from Germany. Sinton from New Zealand. He's got to pack his bags and just be a spectator for the rest of the week now.
That just shows you the quality of Scheurer, who appeared to have won his heats against Van Eyden, got it relegated, and they were very, very quick indeed. In fact, Scheurer and Van Eyden in the qualifying times were very close. First, Paul Sinton was down outside the 11 seconds, and it showed here that Sinton from behind just didn't have the power to close down on the German, and was just left trailing in his wake as they raced round into that back straight.
Just look at the power there of Scheurer. Riding high, is coming down.
Yeah, when you think about it, when people like Hubner decides to retire, and Fiedler as well, they've still got a lot of talent coming through, these German sprinters, haven't they?
Very much so. We've got, what, 3 or 4 sprinters here with them, the kilo riders, and all from the same mould. They're all huge. So a good win there for Scheurer. He can relax a bit. He's through to the next round.
Manuel Moreno, Perinan of Spain versus Harumi Honda of Japan will be the next event on the program. We're running well ahead of schedule. We weren't due to start this one for another 10 minutes yet, so it'll be quite an early finish today. Moreno at the top of the track, Honda at the bottom of the track. Interesting. I've got to say, Russell, that just have a close look at his handlebars there. A lot of these riders still prefer to ride with steel bars and stem, these sprinters, don't they? That's
right, yeah, just purely for the strength, I think. But I also noticed that I think Honda's got no track mitts on, which is very dangerous, because if you crash, your hands always go down, especially on a wooden track. It just collects splinters. So Honda, the Japanese rider, quite tall actually for a Japanese rider. Usually they're quite small and compact, but he seems to be quite long. I'm surprised they haven't picked him for a basketball team being that big. And Moreno, former Olympic champion, the kilometre back in Barcelona. So Honda starts to pick it up around the top. Moreno just sitting there comfortably.
This surely will suit like a kilometre ride like Moreno. One thought that perhaps the Japanese would try and slow it down. We haven't seen any sort of track stands, have we? And of course, there again, the Japanese come from the Kirin background, so most of their sprinting must be at speed.
That's right. Also, it seems like most of the sprinters want to lead from the front. As we say, they come down to the bell. It's Honda. He's starting to pick it up. He doesn't look too comfortable. He's looking and looking and looking. But Moreno's hanging off. Is he going to run at him? Now, as I say that, he's running at him. He's coming, but has he got the power to get over this tall Japanese rider, Honda? He's leaving it a bit late. Is he coming to the home straight? Honda starts to accelerate. No, it's a good ride there by the Japanese rider. Good ride there. Moreno tried to run at him down the back straight, but didn't have the power. Good win there for Honda, number 93.
He certainly left too big a gap, did Honda, and Moreno couldn't close it down, so a good move by the Japanese to move forward into the next round. Bye-bye, Moreno. The start of this, the 5th of the Repechage heats, is just ahead then of Angeledis from Greece. The Greek rider can, if he wants, come past the Italian. Interesting tactics here, Russell. One right at the top of the track, one right down below. Because the advantage is to drop off that top, isn't it? Here he goes, just as I say, to use it. Down he went. I was just asking for tactics, and he took off.
Oh,
disaster for the Italian, wasn't it? Disaster.
Yeah, the Italian was sleeping there. The Greek rider's got altitude, so they go down the back straight. So they've got a lap and a half to go. It's cat after the mouse here. Can the Italian get it back? He's got a lot of ground to close as we hit the bell, but he looks like he's starting to close. The Greek rider's starting to die. At least the Italian's got someone in his eyesight. The gap's starting to close down the back straight now. Come on! The Italian's going to mop him up here as we come down the home straight, or is he? He hasn't quite caught him yet. They're coming to the home straight. He's going to be close to the line. Oh, hello! The Italian gets it. Well, that was great racing there. That was good racing. They put their hands out. That made him work for his money. The Italian's a happy man, though.
The spectators at the trackside here in Manchester at the Velodrome on the east side of the city, enjoying some good sprinting. Remember, these are the riders fighting their way back in. And that nice dive he took down here, and the Italian took a long time to get into his stride. He had no banking to drop off at all. He had to do it from a standing start on the flat. Took a long time to get his gear wound up, and then it really was a furious chase.
So he dived down and he had 2 laps to go, which is 500 metres. And look at that, he's really trying, he's not even looking round, he's really going for it, he knows. He's coming round this bend, he knows he's got a lap to go, the Greek rider. So here he comes up to the line now, you can hear the bell in his ears, and the Italian is coming after him. Just like that cat chases the mouse, the Italian's starting to close it down. He's getting closer and closer and closer. The Greek rider, little look under his arm, don't look yet, you're not there. Down the back straight, another look, oh no, the Italian's coming at him. He's starting to wind him in, but he hasn't caught him yet. Down the home straight.
What would you do, though? You see, now he comes past him nicely, but when he kept looking down, his bike was wandering across the red line. If you were in that position, Russell, what would you say? Something else listening now. What would you do? He's looking up. Would you look straight ahead all the time? Or
you got to look straight and just concentrate. But if I was Italian, as I went past, I would have given him a ticket. I just said, hey, next time. Now this should be really interesting. Paul Swift qualified through, but the German rider there, who is
Pokorny. What I mean with Pokorny, for Ryan, people who just come in, that Pokorny, in riding up against the Swiss rider Scheurer, decided not to contest the sprint. And I thought, what the hell's going on? And it was explained by German commentators here to Russell, wasn't it, Russell, that he didn't want Pokorny to go through, which he felt he could beat Scheurer, to go straight into the next round, because he would have come up against
I think it was Martin Neuenstein.
He worked out on the draw. He obviously worked out, looking at the seedings, that he might find himself up against Marty. And so he took a chance then by not contesting it, so he come up against Paul Swift of the USA.
So we'll have to see if he made a tactical error, a good decision. There we go. So Paul Swift on the front.
Looking at their times in the qualifying, which is a bit of a measure, 10.862 was Paul Swift's time, and Pokorny was 7th fastest in 10.503, so perhaps it was a risk he was prepared to take, working out that he could well come up against a slower sprinter as such. And of course Pokorny has been around a number of years now. He's a very skilled rider. He's been a past junior sprint champion and has been on the tandem as a world champion as well, so perhaps he just decided to take that risk.
So here we go, Pokorny on the back, Swift on the front, Paul Swift from the USA, Pokorny from Germany. Pokorny decided not to win the first round because he didn't want the draw, so has he made a wise move here by taking on Paul Swift, and Paul Swift slowing it down. They cross the line. Paul Swift looks like he's going for the track stand. Oh, very good. Good move there by Paul Swift. He forces Pokorny to go to the front. So Pokorny's got 2 laps. Swift's got him where he wants him. Pokorny's got to do all the looking now because Pokorny's at the front. Swift, all he's got to do is look forward. So Swift's keeping the gap nice and close there. So Pokorny's going down the back straight, keeping it nice and high. He's looking over his left shoulder. When is Swift going to make his move? Coming around the bend here. Swift starting to go down. Swift's going to pin him up, is he? No, it's neck and neck. Pure power here. Pokorny versus Swift. Who's got the better? Pokorny's got it. They're coming into a lap to go. As Pokorny backs off a bit, I think he has. He's looking under his arm. Down the back straight. There we go. Little look again. Swift's got no chance now. Pokorny's looking too comfortable. Going down into the home straight now. There we go. Good win there. Whoa, at the line. No, Pokorny's got it by half a bite. Don't you worry about that, American. Pokorny knew what he was doing. So in the first round, he lost the liberty to go through. He's gone through to the second round, and he's an excellent ride there.
We'll look at that slow motion action replay, young man, because here, look at this. He came at him, Swift came at him, and only had that three-quarters of a wheel. You think that's an easy win?
Hey, for those sprinters, they know what they're doing. And here's the move. Look, Swift was trying to get on the inside. He went down, but Pokorny said, no, I want the inside. And there we go, neck and neck, pure power. Look, Swift versus Pokorny, Germany versus USA. And look at the power of Pokorny. So we've got a lap to go just there. Pokorny realises he's got one length, he goes down, and just on the bend there, he sort of backs off a little bit. He's not full on there. He's backing off, and as you can see, a little look under the arm, say, where is this American? Where is Paul Swift? They're looking again to make sure he's not coming up on him. They're turning on now because we've got 150 metres to go. Starts to turn it on. Swift's trying for all he can. Pokorny's looking again. There we go. Looking to make sure it's okay. A little bit of a spurt. Swift throws his bike. Half a wheel. Hey, it doesn't matter. Could be half a wheel, half a tyre. Pokorny's gone through to the next round. Great sprinting. I love it.
I didn't really notice, too. Oh, I thought you got excited.
Hey, listen, I thought I got excited, but when I was watching the French sprinter, next door here, they were sprinting.
So that's the end of the first round repechage in the sprint series.
Yeah, I can't wait.